Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a great day, great year. So today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do two wrap-ups in one. First, I'm going to start with January, obviously, and then we're going to go on into February. I am hoping to be able to do this within a decent amount of time, but we will see how it goes. So for the month of January, I read a total of 9 books. Of that, there's 2,925 pages, 39.83 hours for the audiobooks, no rereads, only 1 nonfiction. I only bought 7 books, which I actually need to update my acquired books for this one. I checked out 29 books, and 6 of the books out of the 9 are in a series. My TBR, which you'll see also elsewhere, was these books right here. New releases that I was really into, that I really am looking forward to, or was looking forward to. I guess still am, technically. Is all of these. I'm not going to read them out because that's just a lot. My boyfriend actually already got 12 Months, which is a Jim Butcher series for the book from the Dresden Files, so I'm really excited to eventually get that far and to read it. These were the books that I did manage to complete. First one was Darling Girl, Clockwork Prince, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, Reign of Sorrows and Endings, Hooked, Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, Things We Never Got Over, The Six Loves of James I, and Spellbound. So when it came to the actual books themselves, for the game of TBR, did Darling Girl, which completed the travel agent prompt. The library prompt, I used Spellbound. For Zodiac Academy was a gifted book, so that's what that prompt went to. I also had a prompt of short book, and Dumbledore was chosen for it, but I did not get to it. Books about relationships. I chose Kingmaker's Daughter because it had a lot of relationships in there. You have father-daughter, you have a sister relationship, you have the relationship between the mother and the daughter, as well as like a romantic relationship between her first and her second, well, at least her second husband, but you also have like a relationship because she is married twice. But I did not get to finish it. Then there was a friend pick. My boyfriend was the only one home at the time, so he chose a book called Angela's Ashes. I did start it, but I did not finish it in the month of January. And then the other one was a Insta scroll, so basically the first one I saw on Instagram, and that was Hooked with a 4.75 rating. I did end up reading it, as you see. TBR Trek did start in January, and I'm on the Gnome team. The first prompt had to have a G in the title or author name, and I chose The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Funny enough, I was actually reading this one anyway, so very, very excited for it. I was very excited for it, and it just happened to coincide with it, so I was really happy for it. Then they had a live stream. I didn't get to watch the live stream during the actual live stream portion, but these were the prompts for it. We had a free pick. I chose Spellbound, which I did complete. Most anticipated read, I chose Darling Girl, which I also completed. And there was another free pick, which I chose That Inevitable Victorian Thing, which was a book I'd started at the end of January, but did not finish. Herkiad 1.0. So I did finish the book. I did. Darling Girl was chocolate-covered gingerbread cookies. Then they were really good. But because the fact that I did not read the new releases in time to be considered in the rules for Herkiad 1.0, I did unfortunately fail Herkiad 1.0. So that sucks. I can try again later on, but it is what it is, you know. The next thing is Herkiad 2.0, which was the queer alphabet. As you can see, I either finished or was on the process of finishing. I did actually complete the Palace of Eros. Let me let this know now. I did complete it. I did also complete That Inevitable Victorian Thing, but I didn't do it until February. But because I actually lost the tracker for Herkia 2.0, and I did not track every single little thing in my Canva thing here, because I was checking things off as I was reading them. So since I lost the tracker, it was either accidentally deleted or something. Unfortunately, I didn't fail it. I just have to drop out. The TBR spin is something that another YouTuber does, where she spins a wheel. It's like doing like a 12 and 12, and you don't know kind of which book you're reading that month. The first one she spun was a book where a word in the title or an author's name starts with TBR spin, or TBR SPIN. And Things We Never Got Over was the book I chose for that, which I really, really enjoyed. The Buzzword Challenge, I am doing that this year. The first one for January is before and after, so it has to have the word before and or after in it. I chose Me Before You. The beauty of the Buzzword Challenge, and I think I mentioned this in a book I just read, or the video I just made. Sorry, not the book I just read. The beauty of it is that you don't actually have to read it in that particular time frame. Like, you can read it whenever. I'm also doing the Buzzword Book Cover Challenge, and in January it was for an internal body part, which, as you can see, we have a heart here. The book is called Anatomy, a Love Story. So really excited. I'm actually really liking it. I haven't started yet, but it looks and sounds awesome. I also started the Adventures in Eldia. So we started at 1A, which was just to read a book that was released in 2025. As we say goodbye to 2025, we were supposed to read a book that was released that year. I chose The Six Loves of James I, who was the King of Scotland and England at the time. So that one was okay. It wasn't great. I mean, like, it's nothing to write home about, but I did like it, and I will end up getting it. I also started a series takedown. The one I was on at the time was Dragonfly and Amber, which is the BIPOC author. So yes, these are all the books I was putting on there for it. The one I'd rolled for it was Favorite Trope, which is like an enemies to lovers trope. It's one of my favorites, or like a morally gray character. But yeah, so this is, I'm working on this. You'll see in February, it's definitely picked up? No. I can't think of the word. Like, it's definitely more filled in. There you go. I also started the Reader's Gauntlet, which is a kind of like Herkid, only a little bit different. It is like the prompts are a little bit different. That's all. So I actually completed the New to You authors, and I was working on Shelf Trophy at the end of January. I also am doing the Romanceopoly. So basically, it is a game where you have to hit certain things. It's like you're going into class, and you'll pick like a major, a minor, and you can join clubs and all this other stuff. It was like a lot of fun. Sorry, I have some allergy issues going on right now. So these were the first 6 prompts that I got. Was the registrar's office. Let me actually pull up those prompts. And that way you guys can know what they were or are. Here we go. So the registrar's office is part of our core curriculum. The prompt for it was an author you've never read before. I am actually being very different. When I chose my clubs, I chose all 4 clubs, which is allowed. But for my major, I chose all, like, 4 majors and 1 minor. I probably should have done it the other way around, but it is basically, I want to read everything that was on there. I want to complete all the prompts. So I have 50 classes to complete. And then I have 12 club books to read. And at the moment, only 4 event books to read, but I will get to that in a second. The second prompt I got was for the Velvet Room, which is part of the Dark Psychology courses. And the Velvet Room, Twisted Affection and Broken Healing. Read a dark romance with a walking red flag love interest. Villain, mafia boss, assassin, etc. I can fix him. Hurt/comfort, strongly encouraged. So the Hooked is a kind of a Peter Pan retelling, but not exactly. Well, I guess technically it is. It's a dark romance Peter Pan sort of deal, but you are also dealing with Hook himself is leader of mafia, and it was really good. Very dark. Well, not very dark. That's all I'm gonna say. Obviously, I gave it 4.75, so I liked it. Next one is the Control Center, which is also part of the Dark Psychology course. And that one is Obsession and Power Dynamics 201. Read a dark romance with an obsessive toucher and die love interest. This one, Serpent and the Wings of Night, he was definitely like that. Like if anyone was going to touch her and hurt her. The ending I wasn't fully expecting, and I feel like I should have been. I've gotten to the point where I'm expecting certain things, but when it comes down to it, I wasn't fully expecting the way it ended. And again, I feel like I should have, but it is what it is. Next, we had the Courting Conservatory, which is in the Historical Studies, and that is. So the class for that is Letters, Dukes, and Forbidden Affairs. The prompt is to read a historical romance involving a duke, forbidden love, or hidden letters. And I chose The Duke and I. Obviously, it has a romance with a duke in it. It's also the first book of the Bridgerton series that I have been wanting to read for a while. These next prompts, the fifth prompt, was the Horology Tower, which is also in the historical romance. The class is Time Travel and Temporal Passion. The prompt is to read a time travel historical romance. I chose Dragonfly and Amber, which is the second book in the Outlander series, of which there are currently 9. I think she's actually working on book 10. So very interesting. The last prompt for the month of January was the Compass Wing, which if I remember correctly, yes, it is in the core classes that you have to take. And that one is Genre Exploration, Outside Your Comfort Zone. Read a romance book from a genre you don't typically read. If you read only contemporary, try paranormal or historical, for example. This one, Once Upon a Prince, is the book I chose, and it is a Christian romance. So definitely different than what I would normally read. And since the majority of the books I read are fantasy or dark romance, for example, or historical. So this is definitely going to be very different once I eventually get to it. Seasonal games. So seasonal games are the events. You get 4 different prompts per season. The seasonal game for winter is Frostbitten Trials. And we have 2, which are the Winter Olympics Leagues. The first prompt, which is over here, and it is Match 1, Ice Gauntlet. Read a paranormal romance where one character harbors a dangerous secret or a hidden power. So that's why I chose Discovery of Witches, because I watched let me correct this. I watched the series a little bit, so I know kind of like the secret power that she possesses. And I think it counts. I think I actually looked through the story graph list. I think this is one of the ones that was in it. And prompt number 2, which is over here, is called Shimmer Clash. Read a fantasy romance featuring winter setting or ice magic. And this one, A Fate Inked in Blood, apparently also that follows that prompt. I think it is the ice magic that's on there. So the next 2 events, the next events that go along in this season is the Blood Sport Rugby League. So we have The Crimson Brawl, which is to read a dark or paranormal romance, possessive alphas, morally gray, blood pacts, or a dangerous love interest. I chose Zodiac Academy: The Awakening. This is a book I've been dying to read for who knows how long now. So I'm really excited. I was really excited to read it. It definitely hit the box that it needed to hit. Loved it, 100%. The final one that I did was the plug sport was Velvet Bliss, which was to read a dark romance, like a psych thriller with romance, a villain MC, or mafia/assassin love story. Since we had in a mafia character, Hooked is a dark romance. It was really good. Really liked it. So I just have to complete 2 more. So yeah, by the end of January, I'd already completed this first part right here. So now on to the clubs. We have 4 clubs. This one is Hearts and Spoons. Give it a second for my phone to load everything I need it to load. So Hearts and Spoons is basically, like your small town romances. Romantics who believe in slow sips, found families, and love you'd introduce to your mom. According to the little thing here, this is a safe space for cinnamon rolls and their love interests. And this one's just really cute. A lot of the stuff in here have been like really cute, or books that I would definitely recommend to other people. Actually, these are books I would recommend to everybody. So the first one is Small Town, Big Feelings. And you had to read a small town romance. Bonus if it has festivals, a diner, or meddling neighbors. In the Weeds is the second series of Love Light Farms by B.K. Borson. I'm actually listening to it right now. It is super good so far, super cute. And I absolutely adored the first one. It is the first, and actually, it is, like I said, it's really good. So far, the first one was absolutely adorable. So definitely would recommend. The second one over here is Softest of Tropes. This is to read a comfort trope romance. A single parent, a cinnamon roll, found family, childhood crush, etc. Things We Never Got Over is definitely, you have like a single parent sort of thing going on there. You also have she just discovers that she has a niece, so we have a bit of a found family thing going on. It's super, super cute. And I absolutely loved it. Down here, we have Spoonful of Spice. And that was to read a cozy or low angst romance. Tangled was really cute. It was like a office romance. Obviously, you can see that by the end of January, I hadn't read it. I have finished it now, which you will see when I do the February one. But definitely low angst. I mean, it was cute. It was really cute. The last one is Bake, Book, and Bed Prompt. Read a romance involving books, crafts, or foods. So here you have a book editor and a literary agent. It's like the typical thing where you go to a small town, like you see it in all the Hallmark films. You go to the small town, you get, you find the love interest, all that jazz, and then you end up staying in the small town. Well, this is kind of the reverse of that. You have these 2 people who are very much city people, but they are in a small town for different reasons, and then it was very different to what I was expecting. So by the end of January, I'd only read Things We Never Got Over. The next one is the Nightshade Society. Here it is. So the Nightshade Society is for students who like their romance with claws, curses, or questionable morality. Attendance is optional, but if you don't come, we will summon you. I never actually think about it. That's so cute. So the first one is Into the Shadows, which I chose Ice Planet Barbarians. It's to read a romance with a monster love interest. Alien. Big blue aliens. That's all I remember from knowing what that was about, by the way. It was big blue aliens. Okay? Supernatural Boarding Pass, which is this one over here. Read a paranormal romance set at school or training academy. I chose Oh My Gods. The next one was Cursed and Claimed. Read a curse-breaking or soul-bound romance. Apparently Book of Night is supposed to be that. I don't know. I'm going to be really happy if it is. I'm going to be so excited. And then the last one is Full Moon Fever. Fever. I kid you not, guys. It says, read a romance that includes the mating heat trope, which I have not gotten to. I'm actually currently reading this. I have not gotten to the mating heat. I only just started, so I haven't gotten very far. The next club was the Secret Stacks. You can see I'm almost done with this club. But this was for readers who live in KU, so Kindle Unlimited, hoard indie darlings, and know the best romances that never hit mainstream. So the first one was Undercover Gems. Read a Kindle Unlimited book with under 1,000 reviews. Surprisingly, Spellbound has under 1,000 reviews, which I was actually very shocked when I read that. It was really fun. It was actually a really good book. The romance isn't the main part of it, but it's a good chunk of it. But it's not like the main focus the whole time, so that was really nice. The next one was Plot Twist Pages. Read a romance with a wild twist or a secret identity. This one I haven't read yet. It's called Unveiled. So I'm actually kind of excited. It's definitely like one of those small things one of the small books that you would see, like the mass paperback publication. So I'm really excited for that. The next one is Quietly Feral. Read an indie or self-published romance that's not on a bestseller list. I was really surprised when Reign of Shadows and Ending is not on a bestsellers list. I was very, very shocked because it was so good. I really liked it. What is that? Go away. Sorry, there was a thing on there I never saw before. Oh, you see this book on here twice. Yes, you can read multiple books for one book for multiple prompts. So that's why you have it on here twice. Okay, I'm not cheating, I swear. Those were the rules. So, Book Club Rebellion. Read a blacklist book that you think deserves more hype, then recommend it to at least one person. Here I am recommending it to, hopefully at least one person gets this far in the video. I am recommending it to at least one person to read Spellbound. It was super cute. If you're saying, well, all of my books have to have some sort of LGBTQ thing, this actually has a character who is LGBT. But one of the things that I really enjoyed about it is that it's not in your face. It's not being thrown at you. Now, it actually has more than one character who does fall under the umbrella of the LGBTQ. But it wasn't in your face. It was very much like it was mentioned once, and that was it. It was actually, and the romance was cute. You kind of have almost a grumpy and sunshine character dynamic going on. It was so cute, and I really enjoyed it. The final club is the Theta Tau Theta. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yes. Or TTO, apparently, is also what it's called. There's a little thing over here I'm looking at, but I can't properly pronounce it. And it says, for romantics with red flags, questionable judgments, and no intention of stopping. I'm feeling called out, not gonna lie. It said, we pledge red flags and steamy plot lines only. You were warned. So the first one is the villain era required. Read a romance with a villain redemption arc. I haven't read this yet, so I'm really excited to eventually get to it. But apparently Siege and Storm has a villain era redemption arc, which I'm really excited about. Do not recommend to your therapist. This one is Haunting Adeline. No, don't recommend it to your therapist, guys. Really don't. They will put you into an asylum just don't. The next prompt that was not a healthy relationship, and I chose God of Malice. Again, while I do enjoy these books, these are not books that I would recommend to someone who likes more of a comfy romance book. These two specifically are, no, I would not recommend this to like a friend of mine who is dipping her toes into the she's only just now like dipping her toes into more of the other genres of romance and such like that. I would not recommend these to her. Not even a little bit. The next one, the final one, is They Had No Business Being That Hot. Read a romance with a grumpy hero and or a black cat heroine. So this one was hooked. I think this was one of the ones that was actually recommended on the Storygraph challenge. So it is in here. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. So for the month of January, you can see here, this thing is like an automatic thing because I have a goal of, as you can see right here, I have a goal of 120 books for the year. This is where I am as of right this minute. I'm at 21 of 120. But so it automatically said, okay, you need to read 10 books a year. Well, I fell flat a little bit in January, but that's okay. This was the order that I completed them and the ratings that went with them. And this was also the order that they were started and ended. As you can see, I really like this because of this calendar. I really do love it. All right, for the month of February, I have read a total, have read a total of 15 books. I actually have I'm still actually working on 2 of them. I'm currently reading 2. I have a physical and an audiobook. And then I DNF'd 1, as you can see, not on here. Okay. Here it is, right here, DNFs. One of them was a nonfiction. I read 1,748 pages, and I listened, you can see the audiobooks are big this month, 127 hours. Whew. One of the books was a reread. 13 books, actually, no, it is now more. Oh, good Lord, there's so many books I've bought. Because I just went on a bit of a book buying spree. And I will be doing a book haul for probably, I don't know when, to be honest. I've checked out 9 books. And I've read 11 books that are all in a series. TBR is all right here. These are the books I wanted to focus on. Whether or not I did or didn't, you will see in a moment. New releases. There were even more new releases this month than there were last month. And again, I'm not going to read them. You can pause it and look if you want. And these were the books that I did complete right here. You have Angela's Ashes, Dragonfly and Amber, That Inevitable Victorian Thing, The Palace of Eros, Wicked King, Haunting Adeline, Book Lovers, Beautiful Demons, Me Before You, Tangled, God of Malice, and Shatter Me. I do have a book club that I'm in the Nostra book club. These are the books. They're already in here. I already know what books they are. So January, I haven't started yet. It's The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. February was the next book with A Closed and Comet Orbit. March is Record of a Spaceborne Few. And April is The Galaxy and the Ground Within. This is all the same book series. I have not read any of them yet, even though we are approaching March. We're also approaching the discussion date for A Closed and Comet Orbit. Because I have not read it, I will not be watching it. Simple as that. The next series that they'll be doing starting in June will be Beartown, Us Against You, and The Winners. And then that will be the end of the book club. For the game of TBR, first one was to play a game of high-low, and I chose Spells of Forgetting, did not get to. Friend pick, I did just want to go ahead and just move that one over from February, and I just completed Angela's Ashes because I knew if I asked my boyfriend, he would just say, well, did you finish the other one yet? No. So that's what I did. Then I had a genre roll, and I rolled classic, so I chose Sense and Sensibility. I didn't get to read it, though. The cover color spin, it was red. I chose The Wrath and the Dawn. Still did not get to read it. Diversity spin, I chose Indigenous author. Or I didn't choose, but I spun Indigenous author. I chose Black Sun. And if I finish To Bleed a Crystal Bloom, in the next few days. It will cover it, but I highly doubt I'll get to finish it. So, you know. And then the genre role, I chose adult horror, thriller, or mystery. I chose Intercepts. I did start it, but I did DNF it. So that's why it's kind of like phased out. Like if you look here at the transparency, that's why it's transparent. TBR Trek Gnome, as you see, if you remember, January I did these two. February I did finish that Inevitable Victorian thing. And then their second TBR, their second live stream, I guess, second live stream. These were the ones that we had to pick. Had to have a translated book. I chose Blood of Elves. We Set Outside My Country. I had chosen Me Before You, and I actually did complete it. And then the first one on YouTube, funny enough though, it was actually team, not a team member, but someone from the other team. So thank you, A-Star Reads, for the recommendation. Or this was her 5-star predictions. So I chose the first book on there was Frozen River. The TBR spin was an author you haven't read before. So I chose Sarah Cannon, Beautiful Demons. This is very much a product of the era that it was written. This is written in 2011. It was a good book. I rated it 4 stars. But it's definitely a product of the era that it was written in. Fable, I didn't have this in January, but the book, because I didn't actually get access to this book until February, and that was to listen to or read To Cage a Wild Bird. I actually did not get to read it. Buzzword Readathon, February was Keyboard Keys, To Bleed, A, Crystal Bloom. So because the letter A is in it, it does count. I'm currently reading it. For the cover challenge, we had to do a silhouettes, and I chose Part of Your World, which as the silhouette of Ursula, as you can see there. For Adventures in Eldia, I went up because that was the only way I could go. So I had to pick a book from my top shelf. I chose, let me get closer here, this book right here by Anaren Arsenius. This one is not a very well-known book, and it's very hard to get through. But it is good. I mean, I've enjoyed it. It's just hard to get through. As you can see, the series Takedown has definitely picked up. I did finish Wicked King, which was, as you saw a little while ago, a favorite trope. And then when I rolled, it was something on my physical TBR, which To Bleed a Crystal Bloom is. And so that is what I am currently trying to complete before I roll for one of the others. The Reader's Gauntlet. I've completed Shelf Trophy. I've bought the books that I were getting for my Shelf Trophy. I have also done a spinner wheel, and I have read, or did in the month of January, I read every day for 30 days. I'm currently working on By the Hundreds. For my Romanceopoly, I did do 3 more rolls. One was Infernal Lab, and I chose Her Soul to Take. Crown Spire Tower and Romance Hall, I chose The Wicked King. I also did finally finish Dragonfly and Amber. Nope, those are the same. So for Hearts and Spoons, I did finish Book Lovers as well as A Spoonful of Spice, and I have begun In the Weeds. For Nightshade Society, I'm finally starting To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. Secret Stacks is the same. And for Theta Tau Theta, I did complete Haunting Adeline and God of Malice. So this is the Reader's Gauntlet here. These are the instructions. This is just telling you like what all the challenges are, how to do all of them. As you can see, I'm slowly like filling in things. The alphabet challenge, I'm slowly filling in. Oh, M is missing. I can't remember what you were. Library challenge, I just need one more. This is the new authors challenge. I had never read these authors before, so they fit in there. Woo. Here's my shelf trophy. So I did just recently purchase, not these two, I purchased the entire trilogies. And then this one I did purchase just the one book, but it is a special order, so it's not actually going to come into the end of the month, which is end of March, which is very sad. Here's my 30-day challenge. Here's my spinner wheel challenge. And here is my By the Hundreds challenge. Oh, I didn't put the book there. All right, so these are the books that I'm going for with By the Hundreds. I only need 3 more with Zodiac Academy, Ruthless Fae, The Discovery of Witches, and Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. And you can see I'm working on the Rainbow Challenge. So here we go. We have the Palace of Eros, Dragonfly and Amber. And you can see the all the stuff here. You can see I started In the Weeds and To Bleed a Crystal Bloom here at the end of the month. We are here on the 27th, and I only have 1 more day to... I probably will finish In the Weeds by the 1st. Because I work tomorrow, which means that I will be pretty much listening, doing nothing but listening to my audiobook for like 6+ hours. While I work, which is nice. And then To Bleed a Crystal Bloom will take me a little bit longer because it's like a 500-page book. So, but yeah, so that is pretty much it for the month of February. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to be start doing some more vlogs, and I'm also going to be writing in or doing some more writing videos or just writing videos in general. Because I'm actually going to make a goal to actually plot my very first book this coming month. The month of March is very big. I am doing a dietary challenge. I'm doing not a writing challenge per se, but I am challenging myself to actually plot my novel. Not to mention all the books I want to read. I mean, there's going to be a lot going on in the month of March. So I'm going to try, and I'm also going to try vlogging some of it. So I hope you guys will stick around for that. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for you guys. Because I'm posting this tomorrow, and then on the 1st, you will hopefully be getting the TBR for March. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Happy reading!